everyone, welcome to another episode of The Walk. Me and the lads are on the hunt for what is potentially the oldest railway tunnel and oldest viaduct in the world. Now loads of people claim that title, but looking at the dates, we're in Flockton and the Flockton Wagonway seems to precede a lot of the others, so this could potentially be the oldest. Whether we can find it or not is another question. Okay, so Phil, are we on the Flockton Wagonway yet?
Not yet, no. We're on the K's mineral line, which was a standard gauge line that ran from the Calder and Hebble all the way over to Caphouse Colliery, aka the West Yorkshire Mining Museum. And it basically went over the Flockton Wagonway. Now I've just spotted here, this is actually the track bed, and this was a mixture of zigzag and rope inclined railway line. And there was one or two engine houses, and I've just spotted that on his way down. Can you see that building there?
Yeah,
let's get up and have a random form building, or that might have been part of the engine house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Alright, we're straight away into a Stingfest. Oh, of course. So there's a building there. I'm not going through that in shorts because that's just madness. We'll come and have a look around the other side. So as Phil said, we're walking on this separate mineral line at the moment. This is not what we've come to see. This is basically just a means to an end because it's how we get to that tunnel and how we get to that viaduct. That could well be an engine house. It could also be a farm building, couldn't it? It seems to me to be a little bit too far off the line. You'd imagine an engine house would be right next to it. It wouldn't be all the way up there, but I could be wrong. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. So this Flockton Wagonway opened, depending on who you believe, between 1776 and 1790. Now you've got the Fritchley Tunnel, which claims to be the oldest tunnel in the world. That was built by the Butterley company down in Fritchley, which is just outside Ande. Now that was 1793. So no matter what they say in terms of 1776 or 1790, that's still older. This one here, Flockton, is still older than that. Yet that claims to be the oldest in the world. So let's see. Right, so Phil's pointed down here into the Stingfest. Let's go. Here we go. Right, so the Wagonway goes out through there. These were wooden rails, weren't they, Phil?
Yeah, originally. Then they got upgraded. This was the southern end of the Wagonway. I think it had an upgrade later on in its life to reach some collieries down there, and then later on it had metal, old-fashioned, I don't know what you call them now. It went from wood to
the L-shaped rails that sit on stone. Yeah. But at first it was wooden rails being pulled by horses. Oh wow.
It's full of stingers there to get there, so
right.
Just got to do it.
Oh, they've even put some steps there for us, that's kind of them. Right, there are plenty of stingers. Oh, here we go. Oh mate, loads of midges as well. Right, so let's put that light on.
There's a gap down there.
There is a gap down there. That's where the beast of Bodmin gets in and out.
How bad's the gap?
Well, I'm not, there's no way I'm crawling through that.
No.
Even in my younger years, I wouldn't have got through that.
Really?
But there you go. Do you want to have a go then, Phil?
No, I'm not going to my own. Unless you just want me to go seeking a laugh at my expense.
Never.
Look at this one go. Can you see?
There you go. I don't know how long that is. I'm assuming it's filled in at the other end, is it, Phil?
Yeah, because it's a formless field. They've got landscape to wait at the other end.
Wow. So, is this the oldest railway tunnel in the world then, Phil?
I don't think I can give you a definitive answer.
No, but it could well be. It could well be. Look at that. I don't know if the bucket was there from 1700s or not. Amazing. So how incredible is that? That could well be the oldest railway tunnel in the world. Now, let's find potentially the oldest railway viaduct in the world. And I think, oh, it's not very big.
It's not big, but it's classified as a viaduct.
There we go. And we found something quite magnificent that's called public access. Here we go. So we're going to have a stomp down the fields now and have a closer look at this viaduct. Now, as I say, this wagonway, the Flockton Wagonway, was built between 1776 and 1790. So the oldest tunnel, or claimed to be the oldest tunnel in the world, was built after that in Fritchley, and the oldest railway viaduct in the world, which is the Kingsmill Viaduct, which is in Mansfield. I've actually done a video there before. Now that was built along with that Pixton wagonway, that Pixton tramway, in I think 1819. So that's way after this, and yet that claims to be the oldest viaduct. So maybe this is the oldest viaduct as well. Let's see how much closer we can get. Hopefully we can get on it. Right, so this is all farmland now. There's that Emily Tower, which is over 1,000 feet. What is it, the highest freestanding structure in the UK, I think?
I think it still is.
I think it is, yeah. Massive TV, radio and mobile phone mast. That's the Young Offenders Institute you're saying, Phil?
Yeah, so I don't think me and you are going to be appearing in there anytime soon.
No. And the viaduct should be just about there, just out of shot. So this Flockton Wagonway, along with the mineral line that we started the little stomp on, they were built to fulfil the collieries of this area. And one particular colliery, called Lane End Colliery, was the reason for the Flockton Wagonway. It was to connect that colliery with the River Calder and Hebden, where they had some kind of wharf, I guess, that was, you know, unloading and loading, what have you. Now, in terms of this wagonway and its history, it's a difficult one when things are that old. But I'm assuming, because the colliery went in 1893, that's when this mineral line went as well, because what would be the point?
And an interesting fact is that Kay's mineral line, where we walked up earlier, the bloke who owned that and built it, he got so fed up of having to use turnpike road that they put in to transport his coal, he goes, sod this, and I'm going to build a line down to the wharf instead of, because again, charge a fortune on the turnpike roads, which is why he,
right, so he just built his own.
So he built it, and ironically it came over at the time, which probably would have filtered out by now, the Flockton, but he went, as you know, it went over it, as you've just seen, because it went over the, you know, the tunnel, so it crossed over each other.
There you go.
Both after coal, and both of them on the way to the Calder navigation, albeit in different positions.
Gotcha. There you go. So again, all part of this amazing industry of this country, which is absolutely everywhere, because that's just a country lane that now, and obviously it was a railway. But you go down that country lane, you wouldn't think,
I'm
going to stop the car, I'm going to have a little walk down there and find what could be the oldest tunnel in the world. You wouldn't do that.
No.
You can see it clearer now, can't you, Phil? Oh, hang on, I think it's an electric fence. I nearly went into that then. And it's quite an embankment as well, isn't it?
Apparently they had to put it there because of the, what do you call it, not a floodplain, but a boggy, it was not going to be a good idea to put tracks down on this because of the instability of the, I mean, it's not like that now, I don't think, but back then, yeah. They wouldn't have done it if they didn't have to.
Look at that. Is that the oldest railway viaduct in the world? Mate, incredible if so. But it's one of them, because it's so long ago, it's difficult to answer, isn't it? There could well be one we don't even know about, Phil, that's sort of just buried somewhere.
Maybe.
That's how it goes, I guess. So maybe go with the oldest surviving then. Mate, it just looks awesome. It's dead small. But I suppose it wouldn't have needed to be that big. So that's us. That's about as close as we could get, annoyingly. There's a farmer sort of going up and down in his field, and obviously we don't want to be messing on private land. Not with your t-shirt.
No, I should have. Unfortunately, my team don't play in green, so.
No, that would have been ideal. But I'll get the drone up as well, so we'll get some really cool footage of that viaduct for you. And getting inside the tunnel, even if it was just one arm inside it, it's still pretty cool. Hope you enjoyed it. I nearly fell over then, and we'll see you next time. See you, Phil.
Yeah, see you next time.